he's helping me try to get
Where have you been
better.
doing this?
I come here occasionally, but this
Uh-huh.
guy does it all over the country.
Cool.
He's been traveling for, I don't know, 2 years?
Cool.
2 years?
That's awesome.
Travels around. Yeah, you want to. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Um, yeah, he travels around. That one should be running. I hope. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, yeah. He goes to universities. He was like, where were you recently? He was San Francisco and all
Cool.
kinds of places. Yeah,
Super cool.
yeah. But yeah, it's cool. It's and I live here and I
Uh-huh.
talking to people in my community about whatever they want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And did you have an idea of what?
I wanted to talk about why it's so important for me to ride my bike and see flowers, get flowers every Saturday.
Okay. Oh, I'm trying to think of a yeah, something that's like a more of a factual claim, I guess, or like
Okay.
um,
Flowers
it's
lift your vibration of the space
okay.
you live in.
Flowers, flowers lift your vibration. Okay, lift your vibration. Okay, so flowers have the ability to change your vibrations.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Like vibrations?
You
Like
know, like your energetic field or the way your mental state is or the state of your heart.
okay,
You know, how you're
energy,
feeling,
feelings. Uh, so vibrations are your energy, feelings,
your mental state.
mental state. Okay, and flowers raise. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah, no,
trying to
I
clarify.
mean, yeah.
Uh, this
Flowers
might
and color,
flowers
beauty,
all
you know, in your environment.
lift lift. So
Lift,
change like
raise,
to make it more
enhance your
enha-
well-being. Is
okay,
that better
sure.
than vibration?
No, oh well, and vibration. Yeah, just we want to get clarity on these
Yeah,
words.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so we got lifting, vibrations, flowers, and you even broader, just colors in general.
Colors in general.
Cool. Okay. And so like it could it be just does it have to be flowers or could it be like anything
Color,
with like bright colors?
right? Could probably be either. That's a
Okay.
good.
So
That's a good
brightly
think how.
colored things.
Or colors, maybe not even brightly,
Oh,
right?
okay. Oh,
Because you think of someone like in a jail cell who's like in a totally
oh,
gray room, right?
okay.
If they had
Oh,
some like, I don't know, it could even just be navy blue, right? A different color might make them feel better, or forest green might make them think of being in the woods, right?
ah.
So it may not be right for everybody, but color does
So,
affect
so
people.
yeah. So colors change your feelings. Maybe is that
Feelings and mental state.
okay?
Yeah?
Mental state.
Is that a good
Just
distillation?
mental state. Okay, great, great, great.
Okay.
So that's the claim or the idea. Great.
Okay.
So now, how confident are you that this is like
Oh,
actual, like on a
I'm super confident.
scale of like 1 to 7, 7
7.
being like
7
couldn't be wrong.
7.
Okay.
Yep.
And so then what's like the main thing that convinced you it's true
Um
or real or it's happening?
that that color, we're distilling,
Color.
we're away from flowers, but
Yeah.
color.
We can stick to flower. You can say
You
flowers.
know, I feel like I mean, think about how many people have had gardens
Okay.
in time immemorial. People have like
People's
bring
gardens.
someone flowers to lift their spirits if they're sick or if somebody's died. I mean,
Hmm.
it's kind of like what you do.
Everybody.
Or when you get married, or maybe not necessarily when a baby is born. I mean, people send, but sometimes you get flowers. But you
Sure.
think about like when there's a time to be celebrated, or if you're sad or sick,
All right.
right? That's what you get.
I'm hearing you say basically that it's like societal practices around major events,
Yes?
like just like that everyone sort of knows and does
Yeah.
is, and you're saying that because, um, like we do it as a societies, or I mean, most societies do all these things because uh, it's changing our mental state.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Uh, all right. Um, oh, I'm trying to think of like a could we test it? Like, is there a way we could? I don't. Is it?
You could probably put one of the caps on people and measure their brain waves,
Okay.
right? And if they were
Oh
sitting
yeah.
in a totally
Nice.
regular dark room with no stimulation, right?
Yeah.
And then you showed them a picture of a sunflower
Yeah.
and see if their heart rate increased or if their brain waves changed,
Yeah. No, I
right?
love this test. Yeah.
Or if somebody, even if they were had that on and they were ill, right? Like, so they were in a lower state,
Right.
right? And
And
then they saw, let's say, bright magenta or a bright color, right?
mm,
That if there was a spike in their good, serotonin or dopamine, like, because people are saying that surrounding yourself with beauty
right.
is increasing that. So, yeah, I think that is true.
Okay. I love your test. I love that you designed a scientific test. Let's say that, and I bet we've done this probably
Probably,
already,
right?
but um, let's say that we ran the test and like it doesn't work. Let's say theoretically, and I
Yep,
don't. I probably it did run, and probably there is some evidence that this is true. But
right?
um, like how much would you lower your confidence if like you saw a scientific paper that says doesn't work?
I wouldn't lower it at all.
Okay. Oh,
I wouldn't.
so like
I totally believe that color and flowers can change our vibration
cool,
and our perception and lift your mental state.
great.
And if you
Yeah.
just sit and actually meditate on a flower for 10 minutes, you can do that test on yourself,
Oh,
breathing in and out, just having that be your point of focus. Like in yoga, they call that your drishti, your gaze, your focal
oh,
point.
okay.
So if that was your focal point, right? I would just use myself as a laboratory if then the science behind it. But there is a lot of science behind color, and people use it as color therapy and healing therapy. I mean, that's why they have different glasses with
Hmm.
different lenses,
Oh
like
yeah.
when they talk about rose colored glasses. Or
Right.
we had a friend who had brain surgery, and in order to turn on certain areas of his brain that were damaged during the surgery, he had to wear purple lenses.
Oh,
So,
that's
like,
cool.
there's a reason,
I'm
right?
sure
Why
somebody has.
somebody was like, you need that. Or think about blue light, like when we have too much of that in our eyes from our computers and our devices. So,
Mhm.
they have you wear these blue light blockers, and some of those shades are actually orange. So, like, color does affect us, right? Like, there's a reason why, yeah, there's a lot of research about it, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I know that like in film studies and stuff, there's like color theory
yeah,
and all that, and artists
yeah,
obviously.
yeah,
Anyhow,
yeah,
so to go a little bit back,
yeah,
uh, so if there's no test that would like change your confidence, like I hate to sort
yeah.
of phrase it like
Go
this,
for
but
it.
it's like unfalsifiable,
Right. If it's unfalsifiable,
like
I know it makes me feel good.
yeah, I hear you.
So, like, if I'm in a room, like, we moved into a place that has these like grayish blue, powder blue walls, and as soon as we moved in there, I was like, ugh.
We need to change these colors. Yeah.
And then I was gifted this bright magenta sari with flecks of gold, and I draped it over our bed. And then I'd start walking in there and be like,
Oh.
oh. Now I got some yellow pillows to put like in the corner, and it was like, ah.
And
And
so
other people who had come in at first, afterwards, are like, oh, it feels better in here.
right,
What is that? Like, I
right.
can't measure my friend Vanessa's brainwaves, but
Oh,
like the
sure, sure.
fact that she walked in and was like, ooh, I feel a change.
Yeah,
Or even in a hospital room, I got some of these flowers to bring to my mom because she was in the hospital. And like, as soon as we went in and there was flowers in there, she was like,
she
oh, isn't that better? And it made
right. Oh,
her happier,
and
right?
hospitals are
Right.
historically a place nobody really likes to be for very long.
Right. And so that's a good place to ask that about color, and like
Yeah.
and surrounding yourself with flowers or something of beauty so you have something else to focus on and lift the vibe of a environment like that. And I'm sure there's studies on that.
Oh, yeah.
And if you look in maybe in like psycho wards, they probably don't put bright red and bright orange in those places.
They
That's
want to
probably why it's
lower.
white and stark,
I hear
right?
you. Yeah, kind of lower a mood or make it more stale.
Right.
Uh, cool. I don't.
Is this
Uh,
the
no,
strangest one you've ever
no,
done?
no, no. This is lovely, and I'm getting back into the swing of things too.
Right.
So I don't know if I have another question. I think I mean hopefully this was fun. Uh, uh, is there anything that I asked you about lowering your confidence, and is there anything that could raise your confidence? Anything that would like convince you,
Yeah,
like,
sure. If you put one of those EKG caps on my head, I've always wanted to be a part of that
oh yeah, you want to
and
see your
like
personal
measure
measurement?
my measurement. And like if you need something that's actually like quantifiable that you could see it for sure, I
Oh,
guess that would be it. But I know as myself as a laboratory, if I've been in a down state and then all of a sudden I have flowers, I walk in the room, I'm like, ah. Or if I have something bright, like I know it when I wear colors. Like sometimes if I put something on, I'm like, yeah, no, that I'm not feeling it. And then you're attracted to something and it makes you like lift.
okay.
And in like Ayurveda, I don't know the sister science to yoga, like there's certain colors that are recommended to wear during each day of the week. Did you know that?
Oh
That
no,
might be something to do a little research on.
yeah.
So different days of the week, there's more colors that are more aligned depending on the planet. So
Oh,
like actually today I'm not really in alignment. You are. It's a black, navy,
okay.
turquoise also,
Wonder
where
how
it's
they
like,
determined
yeah,
this.
exactly. So that might be a rabbit hole for you to go down like on a later episode.
Sure. Or if you see me and want to come back and talk about that, that would be
I
cool.
might need to be a little more prepared.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like, yeah. How did you, or what do you know about it? What
Yeah.
convinced you that this is cool and real? And like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that when I learned about that, I said, "Oh, I wonder if that's why on certain days like you go to grab a certain color and you're like, yeah,
Eh,
I'm just not feeling it." And it could be your
yeah.
favorite shirt. And then all of a sudden you're like, "No, I feel better in white today," whatever it is. So,
Well. Oh, well, I don't think I have anything. Do you have any questions for me? This is lovely. Yeah.
yeah, how many people do you usually do this with?
Um, well, he does it with a lot. On a particular day, maybe four or five come by. Street
It's
epistemology,
cool.
yeah, it's a little hobby of mine. He does it kind of professionally,
It's
but
cool.
it's just a conversation style to talk
Yeah.
to people about any topic.
Right.
It could be really politically or
Right.
religiously loaded,
Right.
but
Right.
we're just trying to understand
I'm
each other.
easy. I'm easy then today.
Yeah. Well, and
So
his
I have a question for you.
shoot.
So is that surprising? Because like if it was a different topic, I probably wouldn't be as stubborn. I would be like, yeah, sure, no, then yeah, no. If the science behind it changed it, it would lower it.
Right.
But I think my personal experience
That's what
is
I was gonna say.
backing it
Yeah.
so much, and it is something that is backed by beauty. You know what I mean? It's not like a more controversial subject like what you said.
Right. Well, and I think you're almost saying that you can't even imagine it not being true.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's just because of my experience or seeing other people and also seeing some of the
And
research around
and like you said,
color
your
and
personal
such.
experience and
Yeah.
thinking about general patterns and
Yeah.
you know
But other subjects, I'd be like, yeah, no, if the science
a
said
little
it,
more
yeah,
wiggly.
yeah,
Well, it's sort of fun thought experiment. I like to think about like how would I test that and like is that a good test or how could we try to figure it out like
right.
and I liked your test design. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I like the pre and post. I've always wanted to wear one of those caps, by the
Yeah,
way.
do like
So
yeah whatever those called
it's like
it's
an
not an EKG but it's like an EEG or
EEG. Is that
one
what
of
it
those
is, Scott?
brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a brain scan thing.
I've
Oh, cool.
yeah. About water. He's all about water. So if you want to ask him,
Water's cool.
I can sit over here so you can get a second interview for the
Oh,
day.
sure.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, super cool. Well, thank you.
I
Thanks for
appreciate you
asking
coming
me and
by.
being kind and asking good questions.
Yeah.
So what do you do with is this
So
your
this is like
your
what,
checklist?
yeah, basically, where it's just like, make sure you're asking to discuss. And like, I have actually a better one, but somewhere, actually, it's over there.
Have you watched that guy Magic for Humans?
Yeah.
So it's
That
not
guy's
like you're gonna
fun.
bust out and be like, woo.
No, no, we're not trying to trick you or anything. No, no. Just reflecting back
Yeah.
on your own reasons
Yeah, well, very
and
cool.
reflect. Yeah,
Thank
that's the whole
you.
point.
Thank you. Oh, did I feel a little bit challenged? Um,
Didn't push too hard.
uh,
I
maybe
don't
a
think.
little, just to like think about why I feel about a certain thing, and then what would validate that, like what would back my view, or my opinion,
Or
or make it more of a fact, like how to validate it,
and
Do you feel like your reasoning justifies the confidence that you have?
Maybe, but I think it's also my experience. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. If it was a
Right.
different topic, I'd probably like, yeah, okay, yeah, no, I'll wiggle on that and sure. But I know that when I'm surrounded by good colors or flowers, I feel better. And I watch it happen time and time again with clients or family members or friends or random strangers. I mean, art,
It's like
botanical gardens. I mean, like,
experience and observation
yeah,
Yep.
of it happening.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
And you also have cultural reinforcement.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. The societies at large
Yeah,
all sort of following this practice
right,
of. I mean, I don't know of any cultures that don't quite do it, but there might be some
right.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe some island.
I think about like the celebration of Holi in India. Like I've wanted to go to that, and
Oh
they
yeah, the
throw
the,
color
the
on each other,
color
and everyone is just like blissed out, covered in like
the color festival. I think
paint,
it's called
kind of chalk
something
colors.
like that.
Yeah, and they're just like, whoa. You just
Looks
think
like
about it.
insanity, but looks
Yeah,
like fun.
it looks like insanity. Yeah, but
You have a topic?
here you go.
You want to do one?
All
Oh my goodness.